You may have women that are very straightforward and very truthful to themselves and will not pretend to be what they're not. And they will come out straightforward and say, look here, I can't manage no side pitney right here, no. Can't do it, not do it, don't want to do it, not interested, because having that child in my life, in my space, in my house, is a constant reminder of your infidelity, a constant reminder that you cheated on me without protection at that too. So I even know if I have or not, or I catch not, or whatever the case be, and I don't trust you, therefore I don't want to see you nor your child. Go and live your life out of one part. Run this so far, far away from me. Welcome to my channel. My name is Avree, but you may call me ReeRee. Now today I'll be discussing, should you love his break baby as your own? What is a break baby? A break baby is when you and the man is together and him go out and give you bun and him father a child from somebody else from him side piece. That is what to call a break baby. Yes. Should you love him as his own? Let us discuss. Before I go into this discussion, I realize my wonderful viewers have a lot of stories to share. If you want me to share your story on this channel, you can send me your story on Instagram. You can private yourself. You can make a fake account. I'm not going to call your name. I'm not do nothing. I'm going to start your story and so you send it to my Instagram. God bless ReeRee IG. No, if you can love his break baby as your own, then you can accept it. Not every woman can love other people's children as their own. Some people can't even like them step pitney, much less love them. Some people can do it. You understand me? Some people don't love other people pitney at all. Some people don't even love their own. But if you can overlook certain things and understand the concept that this child did not come into the world by his own means or on his own. He was created, and the circumstances have nothing to do with that child. That child is completely innocent and deserves a good home and deserves to be around his father. Then you should definitely accept it if you can, if you are mature enough, if you are so loving and kind-hearted to put yourself aside. One thing to understand though is that having the break baby in your home that you have with your spouse, might it be your baby father, your husband, come along, whatever the case is. Remember, having a baby, another child in the home, means more resources are needed. So it could mean that um, you have probably shared the bedroom that you have already had for your child. So probably you have invested in a house that has each of your children have a bedroom for themselves. There's a chance that you might have to share the bedroom. If you normally spend, let's say, $10,000 a week for groceries and you have a new child coming into the house, so whether it be a new baby or him I the for you for like a one good 10 years and the pitney come out in my 12 and him have to migrate and you have to take care of the pitney, just know say the more food I have to buy. Yes, so if you normally buy 10 pound of rice, you might have to go buy 12 or 15 and that kind of thing. If you normally spend X amount of money on school fees, you have to spend more money. So let's say your children go to prep school. It a go look away if you send fee one go primary school and the next one go prep school, your own them go prep school. They go look away. So you have to be prepared and ready and willing to go into your pockets and do the most. If this break baby is a young child, you have to be ready to take care of that child. So bathe him, feed him, take care of him, put him to bed, like just like how you would do your normal biological children. And so if you can't do that, it really don't make any sense because, like I said before, the child is innocent. Young children need attention, you'd have to be on your hip all the time. And so if it's a case where you have to take that baby into your house, you have to understand that you cannot ill-treat that child because that will become child abuse, and you don't want that. So if you can deal with all of this, then go ahead. The next thing is that if you are bringing in a child that is a little bit older, you have to understand that they may influence your children that you already have, if you already have children. If you don't have any children, I understand that you probably would welcome the child. So you have to understand that he will be bringing in all what he has learned, or she has learned, excuse me, into your household. And you have to be ready and prepared, and you have to understand to handle that. You can't like say, suppose the picnic come from ghetto and your children them speak the Queen's English. You can't bother the picnic and say chat body no. you have to teach the child that say, don't say sachets, say sausage. All them something there. And you have to be prepared for your children to stop say sausage and start say sausage. So it is a very intricate thing when it comes on to having your break baby, or your baby meaning young child, older child in your home. It is a world that you need to understand and think about before you make any rash decisions. The next thing to consider with the break baby and accepting the break baby is that even if you don't share a house with a man and he's your boyfriend and you live separate and apart, once you accept the child and you decide to stay with um, the man will now have to be dealing with his side piece, who would know his baby's mother or baby mother, and you're going to have to put up with that. Now, some baby mothers are like a walk in the park. They're decent people, whatever. Being a side piece don't mean say use a witch. It just means say you take somebody man and get pregnant and feed, basically. But some baby mother is a tyrant, and then will stress out both you, all when you get her pregnant, and then she will stress out the man. She go want money for everything. When she get money last week and it done, she go come back again before the week done and want money again and all them something there. She love trade, she miserable. And if it is a case like that, you have to really know what you're getting yourself into before you really commit yourself to saying, okay, I accept this child and I accept you and I'm ready to move on. So these are just things to consider. Now, on the other hand, you may have women that are very straightforward and very truthful to themselves and will not pretend to be what they're not. And they will come out straightforward and say, look here, I can't manage no side pitney right here, no. Can't do it, not do it, don't want to do it, not interested, because having that child in my life, in my space, in my house, is a constant reminder of your infidelity, a constant reminder that you cheated on me without protection at that too. So maybe even if my have or not, or my catch not, or whatever the case be, and I don't trust you, therefore I don't want to see you nor your child. Go and live your life out of one part. Run this so far, far her away from me. And that's how a lot of women think, and nothing is wrong with that, because you don't want to put yourself in a position to force this child on yourself. And we're all human beings. And so, yes, you love the father, but you never did really bargain to be a stepmother. Because when you didn't know the man never have no pitney, or don't have no pitney already. And so, why must I have your child around my children? Your pitney is not really my pitney. I don't really want your pitney around my pitney. I don't care when anybody wants to say I am a mother, and so me determine who come around my pitney them. When they are 18, they make them own a choice and own decisions. So I can deal with that. So I don't want to be around the child, and next thing I'm gonna start talk down to the child or mistreat the child, or you know what I say. So next thing now, if you even make the pitney come live with me, I'm gonna go to primary school as I say. And with my pitney and them state, I give him chicken back because me I spend the money at the house and I not cater for no pitney. Women are like that. And people say, boy, she bitter, she miserable, the pitney do her nothing. That is true. But she never do nothing either. She just live her life and mind her business. Here's someone give on and come up with pitney. I am not entitled to take care of nobody's pitney. Who this send you go find woman that can mind their own pitney? Me not send you. Me not send you. So deal with it yourself. You understand me? And the woman will just walk away, like I said. If she don't live with him, she just hang up the man. If she live with him, then I got a whole heap of problem up her yard, because maybe now the man probably will just decide to say, alright, I'm not really interested in seeing that child and I want to stay with my woman. So I'm gonna figure it out. And that happens a lot, and a lot of children suffer because the mother is a side piece and the father don't want to see them because the father don't want to break up their home. The father love them wife or them main woman, and him not leaving her. You understand me? Pitting out old man again. So a outside woman getting pregnant for somebody's woman don't mean say the man go leave him woman. It just means say you have earned a little bit more right in his life to continue to provoke them if that's what you're about. But usually it does not end well for anybody. It don't end well for the man, the pitney, the side woman, or the main woman, because everybody just miserable and unhappy. And these are situations that people just go out and create, not thinking about the repercussions. Now, in a lot of cases, a man might have a woman that is infertile and may choose to go out and cheat and get a baby and bring it home to the woman, or whatever the case is, or just have a child overall, because he will love the woman that he's with, but because of her inability to have a child, him just really wants a child, and so him go out and cheat. Don't discuss it with her. Sometimes it was discussed, but rarely it was discussed. And so when it is revealed that this man had a child, the woman will feel like this is a constant reminder of her inability to have children, and things get very sour after that. And the woman may not accept the child, or she may be relieved that at least the man now has a child of his own. No, the next thing to consider when dealing with or considering to accept a break baby or not is that when you accept, sometimes when you accept the break baby or the outside child, it is a way to grant leniency to your man to continue to cheat, because know that this child is in the world. They have very important reasons that they need to communicate. So they have to check on the child's well-being. So if this man really had no intention of leaving this woman, he will continue to cheat with her because they're now tied. So every time when he's saying, "Okay, I'm going to go visit my child," there's a chance that he and the mother is going to be intimate, because now that you've accepted the situation, you cannot really guarantee that he's going to stop cheating because he's already gone the extra mile. The only thing left to do now is to leave you and be with her and marry her. So it is very technical when it comes on to outside children. And so you have to consider if you trust a man like that, or if you are willing to allow those kinds of leniency within your relationship. Now, in other cases, a woman may accept the break baby or the outside child, and she may accept it because, like I said before, she may have believed to be infertile. I personally know women who thought they could not have children, and later on in life, in their 30s, late 30s, even early 40s, they end up having a miracle baby. Now, if this woman who was considered to be infertile hears or finds out that her spouse got another woman pregnant and she accepts this child, so the child may come to the house or the child for visiting, or the child may live there permanently with them, right? She will love the child, she will take care of the child as her own. Sometimes later on in life, she gets pregnant unexpectedly because, like I said, a lot of women believe that they were infertile and then afterwards they get pregnant without even trying. They just get pregnant because of being active. And so when this woman realizes now that she has her own child, her own miracle baby that she has been dreaming about all her life, not every woman will continue to treat the outside child who was a product of cheating as their own. That is where preferential treatment will start. And so the poor innocent child, like I said, the child is always innocent. I'm talking about the outside child. That child sometimes would be pushed aside and neglected, not necessarily by the father, but by the woman. But by this time now, the child has already looked at this woman as a mother figure in his or her life. And so many times the break baby or the outside child suffers because of not necessarily that the woman is mistreating the child, but because she prefers her own biological child to that of her own. And kids deserve the best, and children live what they learn. So the last thing you want to do is repeat a cycle of mistreating children, and you don't want children to grow with that, to have that type of mentality, or to have that kind of abusc, because sometimes the cycle is perpetuated because you do it and so them do it, and them don't have love, and then it's just like I said, a domino effect of heartbreak and trials and tribulations for that child. So like I said, even when you think you're infertile, you still have to be careful, because later on you may get pregnant. Will you still love your outside child or your stepchild the way how you love your own child? Not many women can do that. And like I said, I don't like the idea of bringing in a child into a toxic environment where the stepmother treats them poorly. If you watch my channel, I have a big problem with that. So I don't want a child to come and be exposed to that kind of negativity. Children do come first. So that's my 2 cents as it regards to, should you accept your break baby, or should you accept your spouse's break baby? Should you accept his break baby? That choice is solely up to you. You can do whatever that best suits you without the fear of judgment, because at the end of the day, the people who are advising you to do this or to do that, whether you should accept it or not, they are not the ones in your shoes. Only you know what you can tolerate, only you know what you can accept. You know your limits, you know your mentality. Some women can accept it and love them like it's their own because of how much they love their spouse. Some women cannot manage it. Some women don't want the drama. They don't want anybody interfering or piercing through their bubble of life that they have created for themselves. So if she never take up the man with a break baby, she does not want to continue with him. I understand many lives can be ruined because of these circumstances, and at the same time, many lives can be elevated. You understand me? It just all depends on you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell.